you start out with this, you see we have these cutouts in here at various spots. And what those cutouts are for is when you remove it. So you want to remove the guide. Alright, so essentially when you put this in spot, you want to put the roll pin about 3/8 or a ½ inch away. So that if you ever have to remove it, there's a tool you can knock the roll pin out and you can pull the guide out, which you'll probably see on the pieces that are being removed. So then what we do, I'll lay this in the slot. Just like that on all of them. Then what we have to do right here, when I get a set of feeler gauges, you want to be about 60 thousandths away from the edge of your guide to the end of your sprocket. Okay, the end of your guide should be on a 45-degree angle. So what we have is we have this little tool in here. Take this and you would just clamp that right down. Okay, get your 60 thou in there and clamp it right down. Because then what you have to do is you have to drill through here, okay, through both guides, and essentially get into these two tap holes right here, which it should already be done like that, and you'll see it when they tear it apart. Okay. Of course, we already pre-drilled it. So now you have to be careful when you clamp that in there and you drill through. You don't want to go through that last piece of rail and hit the threads in there and kind of screw them up. Then you got to sit there and chase them, take the piece back off, chase them out, and it can be a pain for you. So you got two M4 by 55s. Found out you have to push down, apply pressure down to get the bolt started as well. Snug those up. You don't want to reef on them too tight because you only got so much metal back there. You don't strip them out. And a little dab of Vibrotite on the bolt. You should put that on there. Let it sit 15 minutes before you put it in the hole. So now you maintain your gap right here and make sure that spins good in both directions. So now, okay, when you put this in here, you kind of want that slot at, let's say, 4 o'clock when you're looking at it. That's where ultimately you want it to end up. So when you push that in here, it'll squeeze the roll pin, it'll bottom out instead of digging into the profile of the extrusion. I think a real small Allen wrench works out, probably like a 50 thou or next size bigger. Put it on there, take some grease, kind of roll it a little bit, try not to cover up the slot so you can see where you're going. see your cutout, we mark it on top of the guide. So I want to put a roll pin approximately right here. So what I'll do is I'll lift that up. Lift it up out of the way. See where I can see where my slot is. Approximately orientated just like that. It's kind of tricky at first, but grease helps. Same thing. See where my slot is on a roll pin. That piece right in there. We have these tools profiled like that. Slides. You want to put in there. Put that directly over where the roll pins are. Take this tool. Again, put that right over it, hold it with your fingers. See, that's flush right over. You'll push against this and it'll drive it right down. This is all I'm going to use, a little 6-inch crescent wrench. So, go like this. That's it. Now you can look in here, see I'm seated all the way. Big thing is to make sure you're seated in there, because you want to make sure if the roll pin rolls on you when it's in there, it may prevent this from seating down all the way in the channel. So now I'll leave that in there, and that'll kind of help hold it. Now I'll come down to my next spot, right down here. Same thing, I got the cutouts. I'm going to put a set of roll pins in about 3/8 of a half an inch down here. Some grease.
I'm not sure. I haven't done TRW. Okay, then no. That'd be a no. But, yeah, we're still not going to the list of all that we're still covering.
I'm not worried about too much grease because it's only going to help the chain.
Well, now we're going to take off.
So, see my cutout, my mark, so I want to be right about back in there. So I got my slot. I usually start like that, and I'll hit the bottom, and I'll just kind of roll it. I have to pick it up a little bit, roll it in there. Okay, it's really kind of a judgment call. Kind of get it close in there. I'll take another piece. I can turn. I can put it in there. Another thing we'll do is we'll take another one. We'll put it halfway between where the first set of roll pin is and where this one's going to go in. Okay. And what that'll do, that'll kind of push this down, because as you push the nylon in, it'll kind of grow and stretch a little bit. So we'll just put that halfway down just to kind of help keep things in place. Just run it in by hand. So now I'll come back to this one here. Hold it with my fingers to keep it flush on both sides. And I'll take this. I just turn it, walk it, and you can feel it go right down in. Let's see it. So I'll leave that one there, and I'll take this out. I can take this one off. So, and I'll run my fingers down here, and you can tell if you can push it down or not. Sometimes you may get a bubble like this. That's why you kind of want to start here. Once this is seated, get halfway down to hold it so you know you're down. You're kind of pushing and stretching out that. So keep right on going all the way down the line. Now the other thing here, you have to watch when you do your 45, we have a scarf cut right here. So when you put the next piece in there to butt up into it, you want your scarf cuts to match. So you have a scarf cut, you're going to be like this. So you want the other one to match up into that so it's flush. There again, you're going to want a pin right here, and then another on this side of the scarf cut as close as you can to kind of help hold that seam in there. And you just walk it all the way down the line. And when you get down to the end, at your other end, you may have to trim the length of that guide just a little bit, because you'd rather have too much guide than not enough.
Right.
And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to have it mitered 45 degrees on that sprocket. Put that in there, get your 60 thou gap, hold it with that piece, drill and tap your holes, drill through your holes there, get them in that block, and set your pins back and put them in.